Near Torsk, a high-resolution FPV drone spotted 3 enemy Russian soldiers around the ruins. The enemy troops were swiftly neutralized. Let's analyze the details. Ukrainian reconnaissance units detected the 3 Russian soldiers running in panic among the collapsed buildings. A kamikaze UAV, programmed with cold precision strike, was vectored toward the target zone. The strike, delivered by the drone operators within seconds, destroyed the ruins. The enemy soldiers were left stunned and completely disoriented. With subsequent strikes, the Russian soldiers were fully neutralized. This operation once again showcased the rising tactical strike superiority of Ukrainian FPV drone units in recent weeks. This tactical strike heavily demoralized the enemy. Yes, you can see these vehicles on the screen right now. These are Russian BMP Type I FVS. They are advancing across open ground. But hold on, the Azov Brigade's FPV drones have already spotted them. The drone operators are silent, cold, and the strikes have already begun. And there it is. The first kamikaze drone comes in low, locking onto the target with cold precision, strike, and flawless timing. And yes, a direct hit. Obliterated. In the initial hit, the vehicle was still mobile. The enemy troops were attempting quick maneuvers with their armored vehicle to escape the drone's target zone, but none of it helped. Watch closely now. The IFV on the ground is still trying to get away, but there is no escape. The drone operators established complete control with successive drone strikes. And watch now, the kamikaze drone swiftly approaches the target and achieves a direct hit. The enemy armored vehicle was thus completely disabled, and the enemy troops inside were neutralized. This is total destructive efficiency on the battlefield. Next, Ukrainian drones launched a terrifying assault. As you can see, 2 Russian motorcycle units were halted at the edge of the forest, a perfect opportunity for the Ukrainian forces. The Russian motorcycles were destroyed in a sudden strike. Shortly after the first hit, a second strike was executed, completely disabling the enemy motorcycle units. Ukrainian forces continue to gain superiority in this military engagement. Ukrainian drones hunt down Russian motorcycle troops. The Ukrainian 5th Brigade is actively destroying enemy artillery using kamikaze drones and UAVs. A group of Russian troops was also present near the guns. The UAV ascends directly over the artillery field and obliterates the enemy equipment by dropping munitions. Several more hits follow. This Russian equipment was completely disabled by the Ukrainian drone strike, and the Russian assault group personnel were neutralized. Following this, a kamikaze drone approached another piece of enemy equipment, and again, with a decisive result, this Russian munition was destroyed. These kinds of tactical strikes and successful military engagements boost the morale of Ukrainian forces while completely shattering the psychology of the Russian soldiers. If you want to learn new military events every day, you can subscribe to my channel. Like the video and do not forget to let us know how the video is in the comments. By watching the video until the end, you can stay informed about the latest hot developments from the battlefield. A new military engagement occurred in the Zaporizhzhia region. Ukraine's 210th Brigade detected enemy elements attempting to infiltrate the defensive positions. Russian troops were trying to conceal themselves by entering a narrow trench. Clearly, they had munitions stored there as well. Within minutes, FPV kamikaze drones were mobilized. The target zone was marked with surgical precision strike, a sudden assault and a decisive result. The enemy soldiers were neutralized, the trench was utterly destroyed or torn apart, and the munitions were rendered completely disabled. There is a new hot development on the Ukrainian front line. FPV and reconnaissance UAV units of the Ukrainian army detected an enemy logistics convoy during a patrol of defensive positions on the eastern direction. Several enemy vehicles carrying munitions and fuel were swiftly added to the target zone list. Within minutes, kamikaze UAVs were airborne. With a rapid, silent approach, one enemy vehicle was destroyed. This was followed by several more drone strikes. The Ukrainian UAV dropped munitions, rendering the enemy vehicle completely disabled. In a short time, all of the enemy's transport vehicles were engulfed in flames, and the logistics route was entirely put out of action. This assault was not just a tactical success, but a moment shaping the future of modern warfare. Destructive efficiency, ruthless accuracy, and crushing consequences. A true Ukrainian drone strike destroys Russian convoy in Ukraine. As you can see, Ukrainian reconnaissance drones never stop. They are absolutely determined to constantly conduct reconnaissance, detect the enemy, and disable them. As you will observe, the reconnaissance drone spots a Russian army mortar hidden in the forested area. After the target is clearly designated, they wait for the right moment to strike. And with a definitive assault, the enemy artillery piece is rendered completely disabled. But it doesn't end there. Ukrainian drone operators continue to thoroughly sweep the forested sector. Their goal is to find and obliterate all concealed enemy munitions, and you are watching them do exactly that. Ukrainian drone strike hits Russian munitions in forest zones. Once again on the Donbas front, Ukrainian kamikaze drones have struck Russian army military vehicles. This engagement inflicted a heavy blow to the enemy's logistics route. The 36th Separate Brigade of the Mykolaiv Marines and their unmanned systems were involved in this military action. As you can see, assaults are being carried out on enemy vehicles in the open field, with enemy soldiers attempting to flee and escape the trucks. This demonstrates just how accurately and efficiently the kamikaze drones are being utilized. Ukrainian UAV quickly approaches the vehicles, attempting to destroy them with a sudden strike. The operation targeted the enemy convoy moving across a wide area. As a result of this military engagement, Ukrainian kamikaze drones are collapsing the enemy's logistics route. Within minutes, the target coordinates were established, and FPV drones were launched. The cold precision strike and flawless timing gave the enemy vehicles and soldiers absolutely no escape. One of the enemy vehicles was struck directly on its munitions payload. The enemy vehicles were disabled and others were torn apart and reduced to ashes. Ukrainian drone strike destroys Russian trucks in open areas. The Ukrainian army is now establishing a decisive balance on the front line, not only with FPV drones but also with its tank units. In the east of Ukraine, they're at the heart of the hot developments. Ukrainian armored forces continue to systematically tear apart the enemy's defensive positions and consistently halt all enemy assault attempts using reconnaissance drones. Every round is directed at pre-designated targets with cold precision strike. Every hit echoes as fresh evidence of destructive efficiency. The tanks then open fire with flawless timing, neutralizing the enemy. Massive fireballs erupt, and complete chaos ensues in the Russian defensive positions. This is the intersection of cool-headed tactics and devastating accuracy. As a result, every operation reaffirms Ukraine's unwavering resolve. To ensure you don't miss the latest military engagements from the Russia-Ukraine conflict, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and don't forget to write a "Long live mighty Ukraine" in the comments. Every voice is an echo in this struggle.